Welcome to night one of Youngbloods Collective's fourth year of Speak, Voices of Women in the Yampa Valley. This week-long virtual event is our adaptation of the three-night traveling show that we canceled in March due to the coronavirus. We decided to make this annual fundraiser free to you this year as our gift to you during these strange times. Enjoy the show and hang around after the video to learn how you can support Speak in the future. I'm Sarah, and I'll be setting the stage for this week's theme. When you look at a woman, what do you see? Do you see her fully, with all of her accomplishments and her failure? Do you see deeper than the face and the body that she's so often reduced to? Do you know the story of her pain and her joy? Years ago, when the creator of this program, Emily Waldron, decided to embark on this journey, she envisioned a night of storytelling in the most personal sense. We wanted to tell the story of womanhood in all of its humor and tragedy in our modern mountain world. This year's theme is power and leadership. When we are lucky enough to hear stories about powerful women on a grand scale in movies and on television shows, it's rare that we get stories that we really connect with. After all, most top-grossing films are produced, written, and created by men. Understandably, they aren't always accurate. Many of us grew up with stories not about women, but about one-dimensional caricatures of our gender. We asked you to share your own stories of power and leadership this year. And to start off, let me tell you about the stories you won't hear this week, because we all know them, and as much as we may have aspired to them as little girls, we know they aren't the full story. You won't hear any cliché stories about the princess who was saved from her boring life by the noble, courageous prince. None of us were discovered by a member of the royal family lately. Unless Meghan Markle is out there watching this. And you won't hear stories about the sassy, sexy superhero who saves the world without even a single nip slip. We all know the real hero was whoever designed Wonder Woman's strapless sports bra. And no one will share stories of their life as the vain, prideful villain, the femme fatale, the siren, the seductress. I know you have those stories. But isn't it interesting that women's power in these roles is so tied to mystery? This woman is never the star of her own story, but is rather an accessory to the adventure of a more important hero. So many of those narratives about power and leadership emerged out of social systems that also weren't written by women. 100 years ago, women had no autonomy before the law. We could not vote. We could not work, we could not get an education, own property, or get elected. When we chose this theme last year, we knew it was a presidential election year. We were kind of hoping that maybe we would still have a woman running for president. Instead, we got these guys. We still have other seats in Congress and the Senate to fill. Today, though we may have more legal autonomy, the social expectations haven't changed quite as dramatically. So this year, when we asked you to share your own stories of power and leadership, we weren't surprised when we received pieces that protested those social expectations, rather than adhering to them as so many conventional stories about powerful women do. We weren't overwhelmed with stories about your unexpected striptease while powerlifting, or your favorite pantsuit, or in Routt County Formal, your nicest flannel shirt, or the time you seduced a spy with the perfect shade of red lipstick. And those things can be fabulous, but those things are merely the tip of the iceberg of the feelings, experiences, and qualities that make a woman worth admiring, and that make other women feel worthy of being leaders. Tomorrow night, we begin with a defiant poem by veteran speakwriter, first-time performer Rachel Jackson. Join us at 7 p.m. on April 27th for our second night of Youngbloods Collective's Speak Week. With no admission price for our show this year, we'd appreciate any donations to our vision to champion an evolving creative community that actively redefines and diversifies our local Routt County culture. Click on the link below to support our annual fundraiser, Speak, Voices of Women in the Yampa Valley. That can make... Goddamn glitter. Hair looks good.